are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. Cover your face, cover your face, cover your face, bitch. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Not much. They got arrested, press charges. They're looking at all the jail.
You don't
It didn't
say.
take long. Yeah. That's the best case to be on if you're a cop. It's pretty open and shut. No guns. You've got the criminal, and it's Colonel Mustard in the train with wrench. I don't know. You've got all the pieces right there.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes. If this is your first time, if this is your last time, give us a good rating wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching. Share the episode. Tell a friend. And remember, next time you go bowling and they go to spray those shoes with that disgusting stuff, just realize it does nothing. But tell the person to listen to this podcast because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
Bowling's a real social contract we've all signed up for, sharing shoes.
Best purchase I've ever made, buying my own lime green bowling shoes. They were $20, so they paid for themselves in 3 times because you rent those little fakakta shoes for what, $6 a pop? And
I have no idea. I bowl once every, presidency.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Really?
Your foot's not growing. What's the difference?
It's true. Are you any good?
I can break 100 regularly, but my roommate beats me consistently.
Okay. Well, they're sneaky, those sort of bar skill sports. But that said, no, bowling's one of the few. I can break 100. That's not saying much, getting a 112, but I'm not getting like a 210. I know a guy who can. He rides the rail. He mowed me down. I stink at bowling.
Got a great episode planned for tonight. But before we get into it, Zach, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
All right. So I've got another Molson Canadian. Hell yeah. I'm hopeful to have new beers next week because I'm hosting several people for Super Bowl. I assumed you would do something with, someone who's at a city before his name, Sword CD or whatnot.
I have Baltimore Rob and Baltimore Linda coming over.
Want to come to my house?
Dude, help.
I've got Long Island Eric, Queens Mark, and some Philly fans from upstairs coming over.
Oh.
You want to come in? We're in. And Zoe. What are you drinking? Wait, just be you and your parents watching Super Bowl like you're 11 years old again?
I don't think I watched it with them when I was 11 years old. Oh, I have a good story for next week. I'll tell afterwards, depending on if I win or lose.
Damn Mayflower trucks.
From the Avondale Estates, Georgia, on my mind, it is the Belgo Franco Saison White Blackbird. Maybe I assume this is the Franco that wasn't canceled. And I guess with DEI this week, we're taking over the Blackbirds too, because it is White Blackbird. It is a 6% alcohol by volume Wild Heaven beer. Release a Kraken.
That's exciting.
Zach, this past week, there was some amazing news. And then there was some other news that I wanted to fill you in on.
Best of Show just dropped an hour ago, but go on.
What are you talking about? Like actual
Trump
dogs?
wants to buy or essentially take Gaza, level it, turn it into the Mideast Riviera, and then give it back to Israel. He wants to just mow this thing down, turn into beachside condos, put up a casino, Trump Gaza. This is happening.
Hey, Zach, want to go to Palestine?
A little bit. Give it a year or two to settle down. But, I mean, there's going to be golf.
UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell, who we have discussed on this fine program before. He was the guy forever ago who I put in my Pishadoo list because he said gravity's not a real thing. That rings a bell.
It sounds about right. What is a real thing is Ron Katz drinking a harp in New Brunswick.
Hey, shout out Ron Katz. First episode back from the Dominican. Get a job.
Terrible.
So Bryce Mitchell decided to drop his own podcast. Now, I know you don't know a lot about this guy, but he is out there. When you win a UFC fight, you get your chance on the microphone. And I'll just tell you, he has spent most of his opportunities to sell himself by yelling for the UFC to make a custom camouflage shorts because he is a guy from, I believe, Arkansas. And having camo shorts is his solution in the octagon.
To everything? So why can't he get camo shorts? How hard is it to go to the Army Navy store?
No, they have to be fight kit approved by all the UFC, by Venom.
Fuck yourself. Right. And if they're not, then what? You get fined a little bit?
I don't think you get to fight. You get like fight week pay. It's a whole thing, but whatever. This is not a part of it. I just want to give you a little preview of He focuses on camo shorts. He went off on gravity. Well, the guy started a podcast, and let's just say he's from down south. And he decided to spend a good chunk of his first podcast defending your boy Adolf Hitler and all of his glory.
What?
Dude, it's worth listening to because he was talking about how Hitler was fixing the Jew problem and the Jews made the trans. And it's literally off the freaking deep end, which this is not where I'm going with this story.
Could we go on his podcast?
Nah, he's bigger than us.
Really? He would take two Jew boys from the up north?
Well,
one of us is not so far north. You're a Mason-Dixon guy.
The line from this that I did want to bring up and go with this story was he defended Hitler, and he said, and I quote, Hitler is episode 267.
A guy I'd go fishing with. Do we assume that Hitler was quite the angler? I mean, what's his casting technique? Is he good?
I'm pretty sure he cast sideways. It was like maybe that's what he was doing. You think he was just practicing his cast?
One of the best things you've ever said. That's fantastic. Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's the same thing. Look, I've been around enough boxers. When you constantly are boxing, sometimes you just stand there and you work some technique. Maybe Hitler's just into fishing. That's all this was about the whole time.
That's how he calms down. You need a hobby.
Yeah,
because strike me as a bowler.
Now, Bryce did go
ahead.
But
he could get his own shoes.
Bryce defended Hitler and said he was a good guy before he started taking the meth.
Naturally, as one does.
You've seen the videos of him at the games just like...
Hitler?
Oh, yeah, bad.
Yeah, it's all that time in the river. It's cold.
So, Zach, where I wanted to go with this story, and I really was thinking about...
Gotta get there.
So, you are having a Super Bowl party, and... Sorry, you get invited to a Super Bowl party and you want to bring a friend and the person goes, really? Like, what type of guy is he? Describe, you're selling a friend to somebody. Would you call them like, yeah, like he's a guy I'd go fishing with? Or
I thought you were telling me I'm bringing Hitler to Super Bowl, defend him or like describe him. He's a short guy, bad haircut, little mustache. He's got some ideas, but he'll probably just watch the game.
So go on. I want to know your vernacular for when you're defending a person or just selling a friend to bring out to an outing.
So I wouldn't use fishing, but I'd say he'd be okay at a golfing outing. So he's a guy, you can drink a few beers with it. He knows you could kill a day with him, which is what fishing is. And even if you don't catch anything, you still had an okay time with the guy.
This is way too many words. I would just want you to say
elevator pitch? How many floors do I get? You got 4 floors to get it done.
For me, I did some Googling because the only time I've ever really had to sell a person was when I talk about Rex Ryan. I go, he's a guy you get a beer with. That's literally
that was Josh to me for a fishing trip. Short, tight,
he'll keep you entertained.
Ish.
Josh is a talker and he's very interesting. But I Googled this and
I listen to him because he's listening at some point.
People say he's a good bloke. He's a straight shooter. He's a stand-up type of guy.
Yeah, I'm all those things.
He's a man of his word. I really struggled to think of a way how I'd be like, yeah, he's a good person. Like, you would like him.
For me or for Hitler?
For anybody that you're trying to introduce to another group of people where you'd be like, yeah, it's fine. You trust me.
You vouch for him.
You're vouching, but how do you vouch? Maybe that's the original question. How do you vouch for a person?
What do they say in the mafia? He's a made guy or he's something like that.
This is
an asshole. Ron Kessler. He's not an asshole. He's a good guy.
He's not an asshole is not a bad way of saying that. I want to tell you an inside joke from our fraternity.
Yeah.
Inside joke from our fraternity days was when we would have people come to the Rush events and we'd all meet them. And then later that night, we get the bunch of us we'd sit down and we would start doing the hey, so did anybody meet Josh? And you go, yeah, Josh. Yeah. Go, what did you think of him? And somebody goes, he's a chill kid. And they go, did anybody else meet Josh? You go, yeah. Okay. What were your thoughts? He was a chill kid. I'm not Zach. Maybe 2 hours where the only adjectives used were he's a chill kid.
Well, you know what that means? It's the same thing as in Animal House. Need the dues.
Well,
it means he'll pay his check.
Yeah, dues are a big part of fraternity life.
Yeah, pay the check.
To this day, in any of our friends, if you're ever talking about oh yeah, so my friend Eric back home, they'll go, who is he? I go, he's a chill kid.
It's not bad.
Not bad. All right, be quirky, get jerky.
Okay.
Like, you're never ready for this.
I'm never ready. All right. America's favorite beer, avocados, gas, and stuff from Temu will get more expensive. Trump is going to have to start tariffing Modelo.
I thought it's made by Anheuser-Busch.
But it's coming from Mexico, apparently. I got to think, honestly, we have 4 years to do this. We should open an American-themed brewery. People won't have Budweiser, any of these other ones. Honestly, why don't we just get Trump's endorsement? How hard could that be? Get your UFC guy, American Ale, Liberty Lager, IPA, Independence Pale Ale. I've thought this through. Let's do it.
Independence Pale Ale is not bad.
You like it. Liberty Lager, you're
I think they have that already, Liberty Lager.
Really?
Yeah, like
I made that one up.
Well, Devil's Backbone is down in Maryland and DC, and they always have some type of Freedom Ale bullshit. Like it's very common down there. You're frozen so good when you watch us back. That face was an O face.
Oh, Bianca Sensori. I mean, I don't have to go with it. She wore nothing essentially to the Grammys and said she tried to get out of it, but Kanye wouldn't let her. Just don't show up. How hard is that? She showed full on beef.
I saw the blurred out pictures, but
I didn't. I saw the whole thing.
I don't think she has a choice to be with him. She's kind of doing whatever he says.
But like, is it just for the money? Because she could get with some NBA player in 2 seconds. Same thing.
She's super famous now because of him. I've never heard of her before him.
Right, but everyone's seen the goods now. I don't know. Ireland, place I shan't be going ever.
Why?
Did you see this?
Maybe. Don't.
Fungus named after David Attenborough is zombifying spiders, making spiders into zombie spiders.
So they just keep crawling?
I wouldn't see the pictures, but that's the scariest 2 words I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know how
spider.
I don't know how zombieing works, but do I become?
You want to find out?
Do I become
the business end of a zombie spider?
If a zombie spider bites me, do I become a zombie or do I become a spider?
Yes.
Yes, I
am.
You become
zombie Spider-Man.
Snyderman?
No, wrong. Florida truck spills more than 4,000 gallons of milk onto a highway, and they call an utterly unfortunate accident.
Wah, 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 wah.
That's a lot of milk. Cry over spilled milk there.
2%?
What?
2%?
1%. 2% for fatties.
Whole milk is ice cream.
I can't show the video, but lion snaps and grabs cage bars, pulls them. Like he was up against the bars and the lion just went, what the fuck is he doing there? Why are you up against the lion cage? What do you think is going to happen? Is there a good way that ends?
You mess with the bull. It's not good.
100%. I see karaoke goer bashes another singer in the head in a fight with the microphone. They just got into it fighting for the microphone and just beat the shit out of each other. Apparently, it's incredible to see. That was the victor.
Oh, that was the winner. There's when you're doing the karaoke, you got to
4 a.m. This happened.
Have you ever been to a karaoke bar where they keep score of how close you are to the notes? I'll take the silence as a yes.
I froze again, didn't I?
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not good. How does there be internet here? I live in New York City.
Oh,
terrible. Am I frozen again?
Yeah, go ahead.
This fucking guy. All right, I'm talking. Calm down. DEA calls out Taylor Swift and other celebrities for anti-drug assistance. We need their help. The DEA can't handle a drug problem. They're relying on Taylor Swift to sheriff up.
She does everything. Isn't Shaq a lieutenant colonel or something in the
police
police force?
Can't get it done, what is she going to do if she pulls you over? He's like 9 feet tall. But yeah, they're relying on Taylor Swift to stop the drug problem in America. Long Island plastic surgeon accused of performing unauthorized vagina lift. It's sexual harassment. Call me daddy, is what it says here. But nevertheless,
did we talk about this, or at least I
don't
saw
think
this?
So.
Okay.
Maybe. I guess it's not okay to do that, but he did a beneficial surgery for free. If you went and broke your arm and someone said, "Oh, he also did a penis enlargement surgery," would you be upset?
Well, I don't need it, but I guess it'd be okay.
Well, we're good here. I mean, yeah, I don't
I would take another 4 inches. Why not?
That would equal 5.
Hey.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's a double standard because if it happened with a guy, we would all be like, "Thank you, please, we're good here. Thanks, send me on my way."
The problem is she's married, so that's the issue.
I mean, not for much longer. If you got a brand new 22-year-old hoo-ha, go out and start crushing. Oh, exactly. So this is for an audience of one, not you, but someone of your ilk. I've lived on a cruise ship for 25 years. My legs will never be the same, but I have no regrets. Mario Salcido, something Italian.
Why are the legs not
25
the same?
straight years, and it's this health effect. His legs, he can't walk anymore. But he had a good time on the cruise.
Why?
He's water, the motion in the ocean. It's 25 years it has gotten his legs so that he can barely walk.
Listen, I may or may not be a doctor. I don't know why a cruise ship would be better or worse for you.
He's got a shirt that says Super Mario. I think he knows.
He's probably just doing the recommended 10,000 steps that they all tell us to do, and he just wore out his knees.
He's not doing any steps. No one takes any steps on a cruise ship. You do the buffet 2 times, and then you just lay there and get fat. That's the list.
That's your whole list?
No.
Oh.
Mom defends reusable toilet paper as a budget-friendly hack and even calls it clean. Reusable toilet paper is the nastiest thing I've ever... Is that your ace? Is that was your Duke?
No.
I get the weird ones.
You've almost sunk me like 4 times, but I think I'm still good. Well, they used to have washable diapers.
There she is. Well, she looks like she's 11. She also looks like 11. They what?
They used to do
Say it again.
Diapers that they would rewash and do different things with. So it's not the end of the world.
Ew, it's pretty gross. It's like in those old Italian restaurants when they would have the pull down like towel thing and with the blue line and you could. It's all nasty.
They still have that, I think.
Where? Oh, we're going. I haven't seen that in 20 years.
Maybe we're not talking about the same thing right now.
Yeah, the blue plastic, and it goes, and it's the revolving towel that everyone in the restaurant the last 30 years has used.
No. I've just seen you pull down. Okay, go ahead.
No, but you know that thing that, like the classy old Italian places would have it.
There's nothing more disgusting than hankies from back in the day. It was like, here, I wiped 4 people's noses today. Can I give you a chiff?
Yeah, tuberculosis on it. Just enjoy.
Consumption, they call it.
Ooh. I'm done. I'm out.
That's it. Oh my god, it wasn't a great week for me either, but
that was good. Zombie spiders, fuck off.
Zombie spiders was your best work, and you froze for most of the other stuff. But all right, Zach, I did give you the chance to bring it up, but can we talk about the real story of the week? Or it happened early last week. They did all types of emergency podcasts, emergency news for Luka being traded. I couldn't give a shit less. Okay, we can talk about it, but we're not a sports podcast.
He won the lottery. He had to go to the Lakers to get all the money. I'm sorry.
Whatever. It's a whole weird situation. I almost called an emergency podcast last week when the news broke, and I went, Justin Tucker, are you kidding me? Oh my God, no.
It's not good.
Life is good when you're making
a God guy, too. He's all messed up on Jesus, and he's still doing that.
No, that was Matt Stover, different Ravens kicker.
I think he's...
I don't think Tucker is. But as a Ravens fan, and you see this type of news, of course I'm supposed to feel bad for the women involved, but my first reaction was, oh, shit, there goes our kicker. And Tunta Marlene has been begging for the Ravens to get a new kicker because she thinks there's just a million kickers out there. And when he was having a bad season, I'm like, there's literally like 20 guys in the world you can count on at any time for a 45-yard field goal.
There's like 6 you can count on when it counts. By the way, I don't get these masseuse guys. I said in our text, not every masseuse is a prostitute, but every hooker will give you a massage. So just go do that. It's not rocket science. They have one job. Keep your fucking mouth shut. That's the job. And ride you like Seabiscuit. But the rest of it is...
All right. When you said massage guys, you're talking about Justin Tucker being into masseurs.
Yeah, masseurs are dudes.
Yeah, what's the massage field? Massage therapist?
Masseuses.
Cool.
Masai?
All right.
Masai?
Here, let's just go ahead and correct one thing. Deshaun Watson did not walk so Justin Tucker can fly. It was the other way around. This all happened in...
What about Kraft in the middle of that? Because he was getting all kinds of whacked off, too.
Your PEMDAS is all wrong. Order of operations, sir. Justin Tucker was 2012 to 2016, which means this was before Kraft, because Kraft did it on the way to the 2017, 2016.
Good usage of PEMDAS.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Then Deshaun Watson was still in college for this. So let's just get it straight as far as that. Now, I understand that kickers may need body work. I looked it up. In those 4 years, Justin Tucker made a grand total of 2 tackles during an NFL game. I can't imagine his body needed that much work from all the footballing that he'd been doing. Furthermore, new rule. No female massage therapists on any staff. Maybe that's sexist. Maybe men have stronger hands and they'd be better off doing this for them.
I wouldn't get a massage from a guy outside of the one you gave me in my leg when it was hurting that day. It wasn't terrible.
Right. My point is, I'm not saying that there aren't any gay, closeted men in the NFL, but I can tell you sure as hell, not a single player wants to be accused of asking for a flipping grip from a male massage therapist.
Usage, flipping grip. Yeah.
Not to
or why don't you just go to a regular Jack Shack? There's probably 4,000 of them in your
because no football player wants to get caught at a Jack Shack. Jack Shack either. But Zach, I'm not done. So, new rule, male massage therapist only. Now, there are all types of males that men are attracted to. You have your bears, you have your otters.
You're a bear? Since when?
Look at me! Look at me!
I'm just as hairy and nasty.
Well, do you know what type of man I have decided is unequivocally the most unattractive man and nobody would ever ask for a reach around for?
Bulges.
They gotta look like Santa Claus. I want all massage therapists to have big, jolly white beard, put them in the red suit. Lord knows they're not using them 11 months a year. And we will end this problem immediately.
This is a 3-person problem. It's not a problem.
I think I just solved all the issues. NFL, holla at your boy.
Would you get a massage from Santa Claus? Even if he's the best masseuse in the world, non-sexual. Would you show up to that weird fucking party?
Yes, and you know what I would not ask for?
A hand job?
Anything.
What if he just gives you one because he weighs 300 pounds and just if he wants it, it's gonna happen, man.
I would call him a hoe. Ho ho.
Terrible. But like I know these are really strong guys that are NFL players, but 300 pounds of Santa on a kicker, it's gonna happen.
If you truly need the body work, it should not care because as somebody who gives a lot of body work, there is zero sexual ever involved in it. And it doesn't matter. My patients just want to get better.
I mean, we had a little chemistry that day.
I was 4 margaritas deep.
Right.
At a place called Mexico 86 on 92nd Street.
It was wild times. And as Ron Katz excellently said, you better not pout.
That's not bad. But anyway, my hip anonymous for this week, I have a patient right now who I went to see, and their family member is sitting there, and he was the son-in-law, whatever it was. The guy's a dead ringer for Santa. If you're fat and you have a white beard and white hair, at one point, I made some reference to listen, when you're doing these exercises, you cannot hold on to the walker. You can't hold on to the chair. You can't even hold on to the reindeer. Crickets.
Sounds like you run a pretty tight ship. Crickets, huh?
And meanwhile, his wife was there, who is not the patient. She goes, "It's a sore subject. Don't bring it up." I'm thinking, you cannot look like this.
It means she hates it and he loves it. He just loves it, and she just maybe he's really Santa.
He looks like undercover Santa. This guy.
Maybe he's not undercover. Maybe he's really Santa.
But don't get me wrong. Our number one fan, also chubby, also white beard. You would never.
Oh, he looks great.
Ron Katz and Santa. This guy had.
He's Hanukkah Harry.
This guy had everything. I'm looking at him like, how do you not shave? People have to stop him all the time.
It's that much?
Yeah.
Get a picture next time.
I don't think I'd be able to, but it was.
Do better than that.
Hey, Zach, what you watching?
So we're still trying to fit. We're giving 2 more of the Night Asian. It's okay. Did you watch the season or not?
Couldn't care less. We have no time, but yeah.
Okay, fine. It's better than season 1, I think. We've finished. What's the Skeleton Crew? The what's his name? Oh, Jude Law Star Wars show. It's a rough one today. And what the hell else? I haven't gotten to much more of Shorzy. I don't know why. I've got 5 episodes in. But is there something that's fire? Because I got recommended a show today by someone who have a Ted Danson show.
No, I'm not watching anything with Ted Danson. Has naked pictures of somebody. How does he get work all the time?
Probably has naked pictures of me. What show? Man on the Inside.
Oh, I think somebody recommended that on this show. Whatever. I haven't gotten to it. Zach, you mentioned it last week, and I said let's hold off. Best goddamn show on television is Severance, and it's wild.
Yeah, we're watching that too.
But last week you brought it up, and I was like, no, let's do it next week.
I said my hair looks like Mr. Milkshake today.
I know.
So this thing happened.
Do you know when somebody has a feature that you don't really see, and then it'll get pointed out to you, and you can't unsee it? We're watching this past week's episode, and Julia goes, "Why is Milkshake's ears so small?" It's all I see now. And you're going to watch. They're like tiny and angled backwards.
I think he's going to have a tough time getting more work because that's just a weird defining character. Has he been anything else?
No. And the fact that he wasn't anything in between all this. But the other thing I wanted to tell you about that, you know, the Lumen building that they all work in, that like glass building that they've shown, you know, that's minutes from my house, right?
Really?
So that is a functional office building where the bottom floor is a food court, and it has a big turf area in the middle where we've gone and we'd let Milo like run around. It's where he had ice cream for the first time. It's called Bell Labs. And
can you get a picture of you in front of like tomorrow?
I can show you a picture of Milo eating ice cream. That's the only picture I think I took. I've
seen plenty of pictures of that kid eating ice cream.
No, you haven't.
No, because you don't feed him enough. What's with the goats? I don't know what the goats are about. When Brienne of Tarth and the goats.
It's getting weird. All I know is I am down. You know why I know this is the best show on television? I am spending time outside of the show, like Googling, reading theories. Weirdo. Like it's not. It makes the show better. I know all their names. I know there are so many things that happened in season 1 that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that they did that. Like so many interesting things. Severance is the best show on television.
It's the best show on TV
by a lot. I have nothing more to say about that.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I almost caught a bait on it because it was 3 episodes. The first 3 are really bad. Nah. And I'm like, this show sucks. You're going to need to stay with it. And you text me 6 fire emojis. I'm like, all right, one more. And then it's the greatest show on TV.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 11 candidates, and I can't believe you didn't get some of these, but let's get through them. First one's a little weird. I read a story online that the NASA legitimately thinks an asteroid is going to come very close to this planet in the next decade. I wasn't worried a little bit. I've seen Armageddon. We got this.
I'm scared of my goddamn mind. I've seen Deep Impact. We don't got this.
Well, if we have to sacrifice Bruce Willis's cognitive ability to save the planet, I'm okay with that.
Bruce Willis has got his problems these days.
Am I an idiot?
Frozen, aren't I? What the fuck is with the internet?
It's your shitty computer.
The computer's fine.
Zach, I legit think there's zero. If I have seen a movie where we have fictionally solved the problem, I'm not worried about any disaster that can happen.
Skynet?
Aliens don't scare me.
I'm super nervous about that shit.
Aliens don't scare me even a little bit.
Have you seen Mars Attacks?
Have you seen Independence Day? Randy Quaid is crazier than ever and will drive right up the hole.
It's true. Mars Attacks is better though.
Mars Attacks is really good.
Really good.
Do you know that might be the most I know about Tom Jones is from that movie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then here, my one shooting craps over here. He was great in it.
Oh, remember when I brought up bowling at the beginning? Do you know why I did? I thought you were going to ask me why bowling. Somebody sent me a video today somebody sent it on Instagram, and it was from Kingpin, where Woody Harrelson's a young guy, and he says, are you sure we should be doing this? And Bill Murray's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And the quote was Deshaun Watson to Justin Tucker or vice versa. I texted my buddy back like, Kingpin today is still one of the funniest movies.
It's one of the funniest movies ever.
Ever.
Kentucky, find the meat. And it's so good.
The worst part is I had a kid in physical therapy school when we went bowling a couple of times, really nice J-boy, and he always changed his name to Ernie McCracken. I'm like, oh, I should have stole that. That was really good.
No, it's not fun. No, you got to be on the ice.
I got 2 Pishadoos from the Grammys. Let's do the easy one first. Last night, the Grammys happened, and Babyface was being interviewed at the Grammys, where the interview got interrupted because they were, oh my God, it's Chappell Roan. And he was so offended. Now, Babyface has had some hits. I think he even won a Grammy for writing something. As far as I'm concerned, he has been relevant since the 90s. What does he not realize? That this young, hot star is way bigger, and that's who people care
They
about.
could have
right now.
said like they didn't have to do what they did. They could have like, hey Chapel, 2 seconds. Let's just get this guy out. Maybe he's probably 60 years old.
Now, real quick, because you're pretty old, what does Chapel Roan sing? What's her song?
Hot to Go and Pink Pony Club.
Can you say hot to what? How does that go?
They play the Met games all the time.
Oh.
HOTTOG. I know my shit. They play my office all the time, too, because I'm like the dinosaur in there. I have to complain about somebody not getting the door at my office tomorrow. I'm going to be real old. Get off my lawn.
Wait, you have to complain about what?
This doesn't matter. The person who's supposed to get the door is super lazy about it, pretends like she doesn't see people. And then, like, me or the other version of me had to come from, like, center field. And I'm like, hey, we help you? I'm like a mile away. It doesn't matter. It's a work thing. The office. An injury report. But I get to be the old grandpa grumpy tomorrow. Because no one else has the balls to complain about it.
The other story from the Grammys
Etiquette
was finally Queen Bey won her album of the year for
country music.
For country. And they have a shot of Casey Musgroves with a puss on her face.
They all have pusses on their face.
Not being happy.
You know who else wasn't? I like the one from Yellowstone who didn't win. What's her tits?
Lainey Wilson.
That's her.
Okay. This is not the Oscars where just being nominated is an honor. And I probably could realize I'm happy for somebody else winning. But when my life stream has been to play music and to get famous, and it is the biggest stage for you, I'm not going to be now, you don't have to be Joey Tribbiani and cursing the person's name as the cameras are on you. But you definitely can. You don't have to be giddy for somebody when they beat you in a category. I had zero problem with this. If anything, I like that dog. I love that.
Yeah, we're fighting them. I like it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
if
not
they came to me, I'd be like this. Fuck out of here with you. The Tony Sirico, the Polly Walnuts. Boom.
See, for me, I think the camera would go, oh, look at that. Alan's taking it well. But anybody who knows me would go, oh, he's not okay right now. Because I would have that look on my face just like.
I wouldn't. They would know exactly. It would be like, I would be nuts. Like Richard Lewis out there. I would absolutely just, what the fuck? All cameras would be on me. I would totally make their moan about me, which is perfect.
See, I think I might reach out to the other people before the event and just say, hey, I want to wish you really good luck. If you win, I'm happy. But then at the time, I don't think I would be like, all right. Like,
I'm not reaching out to shit. Eye of the tiger. Icy cold.
Did you hear in New York City, there was a cashier who received a $2 bill for payment and she rejected it because she goes, I'm not taking this. This is not real.
Idiot.
What bill would 500 would you take? It's a real bill.
Who's on the 500?
McKinley.
Cool. I guess I would. If it's real.
You guess you would. Break. You do real estate ninja stuff. Somebody was like buying a place and they're like, here, a bunch of $500 bills. You're just like, yeah,
absolutely. Sure. And this deal never happened. Then I just walk with the briefcase. I
had a sweet old patient, maybe like 10 years ago. Every time she came in, she would give me a $2 bill. She's like, it's going to be worth something, baby. It's going to be worth something. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be worth $1.70 in the next year.
She Persian? The Persians give the $2 bills.
The Asians also do. And she was neither of the two.
All right. Wait, I didn't get my dollar this year for Chinese New Year. Usually I get a few little red envelopes with a buck in it. Yeah, no one gave me one. I'm not thrilled about that. How much?
I said we also got that. Anyways,
look, I got nothing this year. I got screwed.
From who? I don't give you anything.
Not you, but the Asian you live with could have thrown me a buck or two for the effort. But, usually I used to get them from the Asians that I know.
Fun fact, one of my good friends, whenever we would do a bachelor party, the very first one we did for any of our friends, he showed up with a wad of $2 bills for the woman dancing for us. And
I love it.
We all thought it was like the coolest. He turns to us, he goes, I just want you all to know, I got this from somebody. You're all welcome to do this. Just remember me when you do it. And I did it for a couple of bachelor parties. The women could not care less. Most of them thought it was fake.
Yeah, I told you what a friend of mine at college did, right? Sacagaweas, and he'd stack them up like poker chips. He'd have them out there, and he would just, it's so good. They hated it, because what's the to put it?
NCAA heavyweight champion Greg Kirkovich says he could wrestle a chimpanzee.
Those things will fuck you up.
This is a story that I thought, like, yeah, Khabib wrestled a baby bear. I've seen that video. Do people not have any idea what a baby chimpanzee could do
Those
to
things
us?
will mess you up. But what's a really strong one? The orangutan, right? That's the one that just rips your arms off.
Which one is the weakest monkey? Because that also could grab you by the ears and
No, Marcel the monkey you could throw across the damn room.
if Marcel got a hold of you, it would be bad. It would be so bad. You have no idea, dude. Speaking of Marcel the monkey, tonight I was playing around with my son and I grab him and his hands are out and I'm just kind of like burying my head in his chest. He then
motorboating him.
He two-hand clapped me in the ears and it was so hard that I'm not gonna yell. I just kind of like put him down and Julia was dying. She's like, "Oh, you slapped the shit out of you."
You boxed your ears.
Oh, so bad. Like it was
good.
It was loud too. You're like, "Oh, that had to hurt really bad."
Pretty good. Good form.
All right, do not let this win. If you pick this, I'm picking something else.
All right.
My future sister-in-law, so Go Dogs' fiance, lovely girl named Sophia, is obsessed with When Harry Met Sally. And for her engagement, we did these Harry Met Sally videos, and I don't have to elaborate. You're very well what the movie is.
Awful.
There's been rumors that
wagon wheel.
Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan have gotten together, and there's rumors they're doing a Harry Met Sally 2. But when I Googled it, there was a Harry Met Sally 2. It just wasn't featuring Meg Ryan. Whatever. They've been getting together and filming something. I sent the link out. Sophia is 6 to midnight. She's so excited about all of this. Sure enough, it comes out the other day. Turns out they're doing a Super Bowl commercial at Katz's Deli
for Mayo. Who's the Pishadoo? The Pishadoo is the Super Bowl commercial for airing these commercials early because I've seen it and it would have knocked my socks off if I saw it on Sunday because now I've seen it already. I couldn't care less.
Same.
What about the element of surprise?
I don't know. I did. One of my favorite podcasters went on a whole rant. Do you know what Super Bowl commercial costs now?
$7 million?
Yeah. Now, if you took half of that and just started throwing it at different influencers and comedians and actors,
you can maybe afford eggs.
Just go viral. Just go viral with some bullshit about anything. You'll get way more traction, way more than the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But thought I'd bring that up. I thought it was Big Kush. Next candidate. Do you believe when somebody says the wrong word for something that they knew what they were doing and they were being funny or just legitimate mistake? Because people asked Jerry Jones at his press conference what it's like to win a Super Bowl, and he said it's just a glory hole.
He has no idea what that means.
You don't think he knew what he was doing?
No, he's not Robert Kraft. That guy knows.
Better question. When you say it's a glory hole, which end are you on?
I would hope I'm on the insertion end and not like the work end of it.
The working end.
You know, it's Christmas and $20 is $20.
If you haven't seen it yet, Dennis Leary is out promoting something. Maybe he's doing comedy, but he was on Jimmy Fallon about 2 weeks ago, and they did an update to his famous asshole song, which is top notch. Like, if anybody here has never heard that, like, definitely go check that out.
How is his show, the army show with the Indian guy?
No idea what you're talking about. Maybe that's what he's promoting.
Okay, he's on a show.
So Dennis Leary is doing this thing now where he's wearing those 1980s yellow gold looking glasses where it's like, oh yeah, you sell cocaine or you're in the mob. Good. Really? Because I think he looks like an old lady.
I gotta see a picture.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. There's another like person I follow that also just switched wearing those glasses. I don't think it looks cool. It makes them look all they need is like a chain and a mahjong card in front of them.
You could do worse than. How did Heitzy do at Maj? Did she fight her way back or?
She cleaned up the day after we had that conversation, which was very interesting because my mother was like, she has no idea what she's doing, and she won all the money day 3, and then I think she gave most of it back.
Those 3 play for money, like Squid Game Maj, who comes out alive? Those 4.
I have no idea who's good at all. I have no clue. All I know is the big winner wins like $20. That is like, I lost my
Marlene, who cleans up at Maj? Who wins Mahjong Squid Game?
It's Aunt Marlene. She's not your friend.
Okay, Tanta. Who wins the thing?
Minerals.
He is my friend. Who the hell are you?
Minerals, bronze medal. I haven't watched wrestling in forever, so I may be talking out of turn. You know Logan Paul is in the WWE and he's there to promote it. This past weekend, they had the Royal Rumble. And Logan Paul, I assume, is a big draw. Royal Rumble, it's 30 guys. Each one goes in 2 minutes at a time. Logan Paul was the last person to enter the goddamn ring.
Lazy son of a... By the way, your mom cleans up at Mahjong. Where's she share the wealth?
You can have it. You can have all the wealth.
She darling shirts? The
Zach,
little darling
Logan Paul is there. Logan Paul is there to promote wrestling, and he's the last guy in Royal Rumble. It seems like the biggest cush ever. Like, what's the point?
I don't know. I don't do the writing. I don't care who's first in and last in.
Silver. This is a longer story. Many months ago, I applied for Savannah Banana tickets where they have to do a lottery, and you can win tickets to go to Savannah. I put in to win wherever. Cool. About 2 weeks ago, I got a notification. I won the lottery. I will have the opportunity to buy tickets for Savannah Bananas. All my guy friends that we do the trip, I asked them. They said none of them won. Cool. When do you want to go? Cool. What weekend? Great. 2 p.m. on Friday. I get on my computer. There was an email from 10:30 this morning. We would like to apologize, but we mistakenly sent this email out to way too many people, and the tickets are already all sold out. Okay, no big deal. Get an apology email the next day. Feel free to email me back here. We're listening to all your complaints. Cool. Following day. We feel bad for what we did. We're offering complimentary tickets to any traveling Savannah Banana game, and they sent me out the list, and I think this Friday I had the chance to buy tickets. I sent it out to my guy friends. We're going to Mississippi to watch the Savannah Bananas.
Enjoy.
We're going to do like a Memphis, Mississippi, and then we're going to see the Amazons in Atlanta late August.
That sounds good. By the way, your mom won $13.55. That's pretty solid. That's a haul.
I tried telling you that's $13, not 13,000, right?
Yeah, it's still a haul. It's $13 more than she had the day before.
Do you think this Savannah Banana thing is one big marketing scheme, or do they legit mess up?
They fucked up. They're not a big enough operation to care.
They sent out 45,000 emails to 4,000, where it should have been 4,000 people.
Yeah, it's not. They just use MailChimp wrong or follow-up loss. It's doable.
A MailChimp would rip the face off of an NCAA heavyweight wrestler, just so you know.
Callback.
And the last one, I can't believe I get to read this story out, but this is too good. All right. We're good people. I'm not going to go ahead and say DEI is good. DEI is bad. We are not here to talk about serious stuff. But did you hear about some of the measures that they've been using to cut back on DEI stuff?
Go on.
They found, let me get this right. The DEI was spending $70,000 on a DEI musical in Ireland. They were spending $47,000 on a trans opera and $32,000 for a
Trans-Siberia opera. Trans opera?
I was going to make that joke too. $32,000 on a comic book for DEI inclusion in Peru.
In Peru?
Yeah, these are in foreign. There also was like a story of $150K being spent in Serbia. I just didn't think that was one of the good ones.
Spent on what?
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
That's insane. Who's it starring?
Amelia Perez.
Is that movie any good?
We're waiting to do our Oscar stuff.
I'm zero in. When are the Oscars?
Early March. You have time.
Oh,
nothing's out. Nothing's out, or at least out.
Yeah, terrible.
All right. Asteroid near collision in 10 years. Babyface getting upset because Chappell Roan is more popular. No kidding. Casey Musgraves gives the stink face for losing. NYC cashier rejects a $2 bill. NCAA heavyweight champ thinks he can beat a chimp. When Harry met Sally too, not exactly. It's just a Mayo commercial. Jerry Jones says Super Bowls are like glory holes. Logan Paul, the last wrestler in Royal Rumble. It's kind of stupid. Savannah Bananas fiasco. Oh, I skipped one. Dennis Leary on Fallon with the glasses. Logan Paul, last person in the Royal Rumble for wrestling. Savannah Bananas fiasco, and the DEI spending $70,000 on a musical in Ireland, $47,000 on a trans opera in Colombia, and $32,000 for a comic book in Peru. Who is the Pishadoo of the week?
Without seeing the quality of the opera or the show the
gold medal wins?
No, without seeing that, I can't know if it's worth the price.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it does.
It doesn't matter.
What if you've got Laverne, what's her Cox in it? Like, some of these things are expensive.
Who? Laverne and Shirley?
Yeah, them too. No, the trans lady from what's her in the show. She's a thing. So, it's Ron Katz, $70K for a musical is nothing. I think, well, I'd love to see, not the musical, I want to see the fight. I want to see that guy fight the chimp. He's a Pishadoo if he loses. If he wins, he wins. No, but if he gets his arms ripped off, he's truly a Pishadoo.
For even saying it is moronic.
Yeah, I think he's, well, now, you know what? Show up. Call Jane Goodall. She'll put the thing on. She could be like a Don King. What?
Is she alive?
Dig her up. Only in America. I have no idea if she's still alive.
Boozer Day of the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. Zach, I've been posting more videos, and I finally got a good burn that really made me laugh.
Go on.
Guy writes, "What's this menorah cast?"
What? What's the Spinora cast? What does that mean?
What's this menorah cast? Referring to the
menorah cast. Oh God! By the way, Jane Goodall alive, 90.
Zero fucks.
And hot.